SAO is terrible. The writing is a complete disaster. The story is riddled with plot holes, big enough to drive a truck through, and the characters are so bland and lifeless it's painful to watch. The pacing is atrocious, dragging out boring parts while speeding through anything remotely interesting, and don't even get me started on the dialogue. It's like it was written by a wannabe, edgy teenager who doesn't know how real people talk. The secondhand embarrassment you get from watching SAO is the kind of trauma you never recover from. It's like the cringe physically embeds itself into your brain, refusing to let go no matter how much you try to forget. I watched SAO over a decade ago, and to this day, I still get random flashbacks that make me want to curl up in a ball and question my life choices. SAO isn't just bad, it's the kind of bad that haunts you. It's like a permanent stain on your anime watching history. Honestly, the live-action Snow White movie is a masterpiece compared to SAO. I refuse to believe SAO is a real show. There's just no way. It feels like some elaborate, out-of-season April Fool's prank that got way out of hand. It's like the writer lost a bet and was forced to create the most painfully awful, mind-numbingly bad series imaginable. There's no other explanation for how something so poorly written, lazily executed, and obnoxiously overrated even exists. It's almost impressive how SAO manages to be such a colossal train wreck while still taking itself so seriously. I'm sure Tommy Wiseau put more heart and effort into making The Room than whoever thought SAO was a good idea. I'd genuinely rather watch Madam Web 100 times in a row than sit through SAO again. At least with Madam Web, I might accidentally find something to laugh at. With so many movies, shows, and anime out there, how did SAO even get so popular in the first place? What about this horrible show do people actually like? And I'm just stuck here wondering how people somehow devolved so far backward that they collectively decided this garbage was worth celebrating. Oh, and if you've ever played an MMO, SAO is going to make you furious. The game design is absolute garbage. It's obvious the author has never touched an MMO in their life and didn't bother doing any research. None of the fictional games in the show would be remotely fun to play. They're just frustrating messes. The SAO community is insufferable. If you dare to say anything negative about the show, they'll come after you like it's a personal attack. They treat SAO like it's some flawless masterpiece and will go to war defending it, no matter how bad it actually is. It's like they're in complete denial. SAO fans genuinely believe that the show is the pinnacle of human achievement, the greatest creation in all of history, and completely flawless. It's mind-boggling how anyone could be that delusional. I can't wrap my head around how they can watch this dumpster fire of a series and convince themselves that it's some kind of masterpiece. It's like they've never seen a good story in their lives and just decided to worship the first show that they saw. It's honestly embarrassing. SAO fans can't handle even the slightest bit of criticism. Don't bother trying to have a conversation with them. It's a complete waste of time. They'll just argue in circles and make you feel like you're losing brain cells. You're better off avoiding them altogether. If you're looking for an awesome show to binge, definitely check out Black Mirror on Netflix. It's one of those series that keeps you glued to the screen from the very first episode. Each story is super unique, with plots that make you think and sometimes even mess with your head a little. The writing is sharp, the ideas are crazy creative, and the whole vibe just keeps you guessing. Plus, every episode is kind of its own little movie, so you never really know what to expect next. If you're into shows that challenge you and keep you talking about them long after they're over, Black Mirror is totally worth it. If you're a fan of The Twilight Zone, you're gonna love Black Mirror. The stories are just as unpredictable and thought-provoking, and they always leave you questioning reality. It's like a darker, tech-focused version that really knows how to get under your skin. You'll definitely get that same "what did I just watch" feeling after every episode. Black Mirror is miles ahead of SAO in every possible way. While SAO drags on with its endless, pointless storylines and cringeworthy dialogue, Black Mirror delivers a fresh and original experience with every episode. SAO is filled with flat, one-dimensional characters that you couldn't care less about, while Black Mirror's characters actually feel real and their struggles resonate. SAO is a bore fest, recycling the same tired tropes over and over again, while Black Mirror challenges you to think about the world and human nature in a way SAO could never dream of. Do yourself a favor and skip SAO entirely. The Black Mirror Bandersnatch movie is awesome too. It takes that same mind-bending vibe from the show and cranks it up a notch by making it interactive. You get to make choices that actually change the story, which makes the whole experience feel super immersive. In this video, we're going to dive into the movie and see what makes it stand out. After that, we'll go over some other Netflix original movies that are definitely worth a watch.
Black Mirror Bandersnatch is a 2018 interactive movie in the science fiction anthology series Black Mirror. In this video, let's take a look look at some Black Mirror Bandersnatch Easter eggs and trivia. For this movie, the viewer chooses the plot direction. The movie's listed runtime is 90 minutes. However, the total amount of footage included to make all of the movie's possible variations work is actually a whopping 5 hours, 12 minutes, and 13 seconds. This was revealed by the movie's BBFC classification. The name Bandersnatch comes from Lewis Carroll's 1872 novel Through the Looking Glass and his 1874 poem The Hunting of the Snark. Bandersnatch is also the name of a real video game. However, the game was never released because the company went bankrupt in July of 1984, which also happens to be the same exact time that this movie takes place in. The windows in Stefan's house are in the shape of the white bear symbol, and they are reminiscent of Tetris block shapes. In Stefan's bedroom, you can see a Valdak's Revenge poster. This is a reference to the Black Mirror episode USS Callister. The character Valdak is played by actor Billy Magnuson. Stefan chooses to eat either Quaker Sugar Puffs or Kellogg's Frosties for breakfast. The cereal you choose at the beginning of the movie will determine which advertisement plays before you watch the tape. Actor Jeff Minter plays Jerome F. Davies. Jeff Minter is actually a famous 8-bit video game designer and programmer. He created many successful games in the 1980s. We see that Stefan uses a Sony TPS L2. This is the first in the Walkman series. There's a poster that says Metalhead. This is a reference to the Black Mirror episode Metalhead. This episode is about a woman being chased by robotic dogs after the unexplained collapse of human society. The game company that Stefan works for is called Tuckersoft. In the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror, Tucker is the name of the bar where Kelly and Yorkie meet. Furthermore, the Tuckersoft logo is very similar to Sega, a real video game developer and publisher. Mohan Tucker makes a reference to the game 3D Monster Maze. 3D Monster Maze is a computer game developed from an idea by J.K. Gray and programmed by Malcolm Evans in 1981 for the Sinclair ZX81 platform with a 16 KB memory expansion. Furthermore, Mohan Tucker also makes a reference to The Hobbit. The Hobbit is a children's fantasy novel written by J.R.R. Tolkien. The character Colin Rittman is most likely named after John Rittman, a game designer and programmer who is known for his work on 1980s computer games. Furthermore, Colin Rittman is designing a game called Nosedive. This is a reference to the Black Mirror episode Nosedive. When Stefan goes to visit Colin's apartment, you can see a poster for Philip K. Dick's Ubik. This is a 1969 science fiction novel. It deals with themes of free will and death. Similar to this movie, Colin makes a reference to Pac-Man. Pac-Man is an arcade game first released in Japan in May of 1980. Timothy Leary is mentioned in the movie's dialogue. Timothy Leary was an American psychologist and writer. Stefan's therapist is named Haynes. At one point we can see that her first initial is R. This makes her R. Haynes. This could be a reference to Rollo Haynes, the owner of the Black Museum in the season 4 finale Black Mirror episode Black Museum. Also, R. Haynes works in the St. Juniper medical practice. This is a reference to the Black Mirror episode San Junipero. The phrase one for all and all for one is mentioned by R. Haynes. This is a phrase made famous by the novel. It's also the unofficial motto of Switzerland. One of the VHS tapes in Stefan's father's vault is named Trauma Inception. This is a reference to the 2010 movie Inception. Just like this movie, Inception deals with the concept of dreams within dreams. This movie is very similar to the 2001 movie Donnie Darko. Both movies are set in the 1980s. Additionally, they are both about young men trying to cope with whether they have free will or can control their future. Both movies also feature therapy sessions and liquid mirror images. Furthermore, both characters have bunnies as a central part of their stories. We see the glyph symbol for the Black Mirror episode White Bear quite a lot throughout the movie. For example, it's drawn in blood after Jerome F. Davies kills his wife. There's a huge meta fourth wall break in the movie. A message pops up on Stefan's screen that tells him he's being watched on Netflix. The fax sounds at the end translates to a QR code. This leads you to a secret website for Tuckersoft where you can find a ton more Easter eggs. You can even play Colin Rittman's game Nosedive for real. When you finish the 5 out of 5 stars ending, there's a bunch of Black Mirror related Easter eggs on the news report screen. Former PM Michael Callow wins Celebrity Bake Off. This is a reference to the episode The National Anthem. Granular to unveil prototype pollinator drone. This is a reference to the episode Hated in the Nation. Liam Monroe enters Buckingham Palace. This is a reference to the episode The Waldo Moment. UK police test groundbreaking memory recall device. This is a reference to the episode Crocodile. Cast of Space Fleet reunite at Emmys. This is a reference to the episode USS Callister. There's a total of 5 possible endings for this movie. Death. Stefan leaves with his mother on the train and they both die in the crash. Jail. Stefan is in prison for killing his father. Fight. Stefan fights his therapist and father during one of his sessions. Set. Stefan jumps out of a window and realizes that he's being filmed. Loop. History repeats itself and Stefan's game is rated 5 out of 5 stars on TV. Well, that's it for this video. What did you think of Black Mirror Bandersnatch? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Also, let me know which is your favorite Black Mirror episode. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications for my channel so you never miss a video.
As you can see, Black Mirror is miles ahead of Sword Art Online. Now, let's talk about some other Netflix movies.
Here's How to Beat the Dragon in Damsel, Elodie marries Prince Henry, and soon after their wedding, he brings her to the mountains. There, Queen Isabel reveals a troubling tale. Centuries ago, the king was forced to sacrifice his 3 daughters to a fearsome dragon. Henry throws Elodie into the chasm. If Elodie had held on to Henry more securely, she might have avoided being thrown. Henry had even given her the heads up, so Elodie should have reacted quicker. Elodie's cry for help awakens the dragon. Staying silent would have been wiser. Even if someone heard Elodie's cries, they wouldn't have come to her aid. After all, Elodie was thrown into the chasm as a deliberate sacrifice to the dragon. Furthermore, if dealing with the dragon is such a hassle, just relocate instead of always having to seek out more innocent girls to sacrifice. The dragon smells royal blood, but it's actually from Henry when they cut their hands and joined them. Elodie should clear things up by letting the dragon know she's not really royalty. Elodie eventually does this later in the movie, but it's puzzling why she didn't do it sooner. Telling the truth now would have saved a lot of trouble. Elodie runs into a cave, but her leg gets burned. She tears a piece of her dress and uses it to wrap her injured leg. Covering the burned area helps ease the pain, shields blistered skin, and keeps the air out. Elodie finds herself surrounded by walls covered with glowworms. Elodie gathers a handful of glowworms and stores them in her sleeve for a makeshift light source. It's a clever move. In the pitch-black depths of the cave, these tiny creatures can illuminate her path, allowing Elodie to see where she's going. Elodie drinks water from melting icicles. It's not the smartest choice. The water in the icicles may come from different places, posing a risk of contamination. There could be bacteria, viruses, or other harmful elements. Generally, a person can survive for around 3 days without water. It would be better for Elodie to hold off and search for alternative, safer water sources. The dragon breathes fire at Elodie. She runs into another section of the cave out of the dragon's reach. The glowworms heal Elodie's burns and other injuries. Elodie's father has enlisted the help of a few locals to rescue her, but their numbers are limited. It would have been better for Elodie's father to hire more people so they have strength in numbers to confront the dragon. Facing the dragon with a larger group of people would significantly improve their chances of winning the fight. Elodie stumbles upon the remains of deceased young dragons. The king had ventured into the dragon's lair unprovoked. He ordered his men to kill the dragon's children. The dragon wanted revenge. This explains the dragon's demand for the king to sacrifice 3 of his own daughters. What if the king didn't have any children? The king could have simply lied and claimed he had no children. The dragon takes the life of Elodie's father. This unfortunate outcome highlights the importance of bringing a larger group of people. Elodie's father had plenty of gold from agreeing to marry Elodie off to Henry, giving him the means to hire a lot more people to join the fight against the dragon. Additionally, if the dragon can smell royal blood, Elodie's father should have been spared since he doesn't have any trace of royal blood in him. The dragon should realize now that Elodie isn't of royal lineage, considering her father lacked any royal blood. Elodie manages to escape the dragon's lair by climbing a rope. Isabel kidnaps Elodie's younger sister, Floria, intending to use her as a sacrifice since Elodie escaped. Elodie reunites with her stepmother, who explains the situation with Floria. Elodie sets out to rescue Floria and eventually tricks the dragon into burning itself. Fortunately, luck is on Elodie's side as the dragon isn't immune to its own fire. Elodie is on the brink of ending the dragon's life, but she has a change of heart. Instead, Elodie uses the glowworms to heal the dragon's burns. Elodie should have seized the opportunity to slay the dragon. The dragon may not believe Elodie, continuing to seek revenge on humans regardless of the truth. The dragon doesn't deserve any sympathy. Henry is on the verge of marrying yet another girl to sacrifice, but Elodie intervenes, urging the girl to flee. The dragon arrives and unleashes fire upon the palace, killing a lot of people, including Henry and Isabel. It's likely that some of the people were innocent bystanders, uninvolved in the whole affair of sacrificing innocent girls. Those particular people didn't deserve to die. Elodie, Floria, and their stepmother set sail for home, accompanied by the dragon. Elodie could bring her own people to live here. Now that the dragon is no longer a threat, there's no need to worry. In contrast to Elodie's homeland, where her people were freezing and starving, this place offers a much more favorable living environment. If only the dragon hadn't burned down the palace, they could have settled there quite comfortably. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
Hubie Halloween is the newest Adam Sandler movie on Netflix. There are a bunch of Easter eggs, references, and cameo appearances that you might not have noticed while you're watching the film, so I'll explain some of them from in this video. Here are 25 Easter eggs in Hubie Halloween. Number 1. Happy Gilmore. The orderly here is played by actor Ben Stiller. His name is Hal L.
The name's Hal L.
Which is the same character Ben Stiller played in the 1996 film Happy Gilmore. Number 2. Canteen Boy. The character Hubie is based on is Canteen Boy, a reoccurring character from Saturday Night Live, also played by Adam Sandler. Canteen Boy and Hubie both live with their moms, and they both had Boy Scout training. Number 3. Rocky. Some kids throw eggs at Hubie, and he catches them in his thermos, then drinks them Rocky Balboa style.
Rocky Balboa style.
This is a reference to a scene in the 1976 Rocky movie where Rocky Balboa drinks some raw eggs. Number 4. Scream. The kids here are wearing ghost face masks from the 1996 movie Scream. Furthermore, one of the kids says, O'Doyle rules. O'Doyle rules! This is a reference to the O'Doyle Bullies from Adam Sandler's other movie Billy Madison. Number 5. Smokey and the Bandit. You can see a poster of Burt Reynolds from Smokey and the Bandit on the wall in Hubie's room. Number 6. Harley Quinn. The news reporters are all wearing Harley Quinn costumes from the 2016 movie Squad. Number 7. Mayor. The Mayor of Salem is played by George Wallace, who also played Mayor of Gotham in the 1995 Batman Forever. George Wallace appeared in another Adam Sandler movie, Mr. Deeds. Number 8. Colin Quinn. Colin Quinn makes a cameo appearance as the janitor of Salem Witch Museum. He previously worked on other Adam Sandler movies like Sandy Wexler, Grown Ups 2, and That's My Boy. Number 9. Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick plays the elementary school principal. He's also appeared in several other Adam Sandler movies like The Do-Over, The Week Of, Pixels, Blended, The Ridiculous Six, Jack and Jill, That's My Boy, The Water Boy, Grown Ups 2, and some more. Number 10. Doctor. Hubie says, I'm not a ghost, but I play one on TV.
I am not a ghost, but I play one on TV.
This is a reference to the line, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV, in a Vicks Formula 44 commercial.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Number 11. Kids. Adam Sandler's real-life kids, Sadie and Sunny, play Violet's daughters. Sadie plays a character named Danielle, and Sunny plays a character called Cookie. Number 12. Ghostbusters. Hubie requests the radio station to play the theme song from the 1984 film Ghostbusters by Ray Park Jr. Number 13. Melissa Villaseñor. Melissa Villaseñor makes a cameo appearance as cat owner Karen. She's a cast member of the Saturday Night Live and joined during the show's 42nd season. Number 14. Creature from the Black Lagoon. The movie that Danielle is watching here is The Creature from the Black Lagoon, a monster movie that came out in 1954. Number 15. Freddie Mercury. Mike Mundy is dressed up in a Freddie Mercury costume. Freddie Mercury was the lead vocalist of the rock band Queen. Number 16. Pennywise. This character is wearing a Pennywise costume. Pennywise is a character from the Stephen King novel It. Number 17. Woodsy Owl. Hubie says, give a hoot, don't pollute.
Give a hoot, don't pollute.
This was the motto of Woodsy Owl, an owl icon for the United States Forest Service. Number 18. Blake Clark. Blake Clark plays the cook at the Black Cat Diner. He previously appeared in several Adam Sandler movies like That's My Boy, 50 First Dates, Grown Ups, Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, and The Water Boy. Number 19. Jaws. The mayor of Salem doesn't want to cancel the Halloween events because the city will lose lots of money. This is very similar to how the mayor of Amity Island, Larry Vaughn, acted in the 1975 movie Jaws. Additionally, both mayors are wearing striped suits. Number 20. Mikey Day. Mikey Day also makes a cameo appearance as a haunted house actor. He's also a member of Saturday Night Live. Number 21. Elm Street. Hubie's neighbor lives on 59 Elm Street.
59 Elm Street.
Which means that Hubie also lives on Elm Street. This is a reference to the iconic 1984 slasher movie A Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 22. Shaquille O'Neal. It turns out that DJ Aurora is a man, and he's played by former NBA player Shaquille O'Neal. Furthermore, Shaquille O'Neal appeared on Adam Sandler's other movie Grown Ups 2 as Officer Faluz. Number 23. Betsy Sodero. DJ Aurora's wife Bunny is played by Betsy Sodero, who's best known for voicing characters in Monsters University and Trolls World Tour. Number 24, Monster Mash. You can see Bobby Pickett's 1962 album, the original Monster Mash, on the wall here. This is very fitting because the Monster Mash song plays during the movie's opening as well in the end credits. Number 25, Jackie Sandler. The news reporter Tracy Phillips is played by Jackie Sandler, Adam Sandler's wife in real life. And those are all the Easter eggs, references, and cameos that I was able to find in Hubie Halloween. Did you notice or discover any more that weren't mentioned in this video? If so, be sure to tell me in the comments below. What did you think of Hubie Halloween? Let me know your opinion. I personally thought it was decent. It's not Adam Sandler's best movie, but it was still enjoyable to watch overall. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.